There's a broadcast system. If you're receiving this message, this is only a test. And if it were a real emergency, this would be the message you would receive. I'm just kidding. Hey, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great afternoon here. I am just driving around in our area throughout Monroe County because we have some heavy severe thunderstorms rolling on in right now. Right off in between, as you can see here, uh, in between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie, we've got some very interesting cloud lowering here. So we are going to follow this windstorm. It's coming in from the west, according to some of the predictive tracking I have here with my radar. It looks like its motion's going to cut right through the heart of Rochester. So everyone just stick tight. It's not that long of a adventure because they're probably going to die out pretty quickly. I think in this area there's a little bit of instability, convection and whatnot, energy left over. As you can tell by the clouds, they're incredible right now. But yeah, they don't look like they're going to be fed for much that long. I would just say it's because of a lot of the low level shear, which left some mid-level instability, and this just started up this morning. Sun was cooking this morning, and this is definitely the outcome of that. You need to just make that is very interesting right in front of us, to be very honest with you. Looks like it's going to combine almost into like one giant line here. Oh, that was nice lightning. So right behind the leading storm, which is to the left here, further to the east at this point, this cell that we're looking at has been waiting for it to come in. It's really been growing. It's got a nice little tiny hail core in it. It is heading into our area now. And about to cut right through into it. So heads up, Rochester, coming in right now through gates and all of that. Right there. And like I said, this will not be the longest adventure, but thank you for sticking around. I'm multi-streaming everybody, so if anybody's in any of the chats, I really don't have the capability right now of responding so promptly. Let's just need to make sure I'm not booty here. Here we go. Right. It's not gonna be anything crazy. No super duper hectic emergency. However, there will be a little bit of severe weather. Also, I'd like to talk about yesterday's severe weather as well. An absolutely incredible event. And we had a couple tornadoes and in New York State here, and it was, confirmed by the NWS. And we just have some unconfirmed photography about one set photo. I'll discuss a little bit further about that in just a minute here while we are get on the highway, cruise around. Very specific spot that we're gonna go to because of the storms, the way that they are traveling right now. They're traveling as east by southeast direction, approximately about 45 miles per hour. It looks like here. It looks like they're about to. There's a little slowing down of them as soon as they got over the Rochester area. Just kind of to be expected there. And they're slowly inching their way through the 490, 590, 390, all of the highways right now in the area. So if you are traveling, be careful, please. And just, play heads up driver for a moment. I'm about to do the same as well. We're going to head to a specific point that we're going to take an overlook because these storms, the way that they're traveling, their vectors and distance and all that, I'm going to get to a high point and we'll be able to look at the entire structure of the storms and figure that would be nice. Quick little stream for everybody. So just buckle up, sit tight, and enjoy the ride. It's quite beautiful. You can see the nice grain banding. You can see the rotational structure of the storm. It's tree damage from yesterday. Lifting. There's a lot of good forcing in these storms here. You can see some pretty strong vertical ascent. Like I said, there isn't a lot to really for them to run off on, but one of the main forcings that they do have to play with all day is that daytime heating. It looks like it's going to help keep them tracking for a decent distance, or at least spawning up and tracking through the I would say 8 counties that cover the western New York and central New York area. I think by the evening time, everything should kind of dissipate. It's the time. I hope everyone's enjoying their Friday here, right? TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday. Nice rain banding going on. Rain band! Go ahead, truck. Go way ahead of me. Got that doggy. It's a very nice structural foundation to these storms. And we'll all experience a little bit of everything, and then we'll be able to get a nice shot of the back end of them. Pass on through. Oh, I can. Beautiful. It's a beautiful structure. So we're driving down Western New York right now. Rochester, about to come down through into basically where the heart of this storm is right now. And going to the high point down Cobb's Hill. I was gonna say Cornhill, but I was like, that's not the right hill. Cobb's Hill. And we're gonna get a nice overview of the line of storms that's passing on through right now. Heading into the one right now, looks like it's starting to lose some of its energy to its friend, just slightly to the southwest of it. And that one looks like it's gaining most of its energy right now. And they're becoming a little bit of a tiny little distribution complex. Yeah, you can kind of see too, the clouds are starting to really spread out on the storm here. It was really tightly wrapped, but a lot of its energy, like I said, feeding to its buddy to the southwest. So this is where we're heading out toward. Oh yeah. Nice arc. Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That was awesome. That was beautiful lightning. That was so nice. And I hope there's some people out here hanging out. I'm just doing this on the restream here, so I'm not 100% sure if you guys are in there. I can't really chat. At the moment, I'm just doing this on the phone, but I wanted to throw this out to all platforms. I wanted to make sure that I got this out. So, to all the platforms here, because what we're doing is I'm starting up the good old podcast again, the Cube, and I'll be out every Sunday. I'll release the episode on every Sunday to all the other platforms, but I guess it's a little bit of a plug for its structure right there. I guess I'll just plug for my TikTok. At least we'll be doing the live recordings the day before on TikTok live. So if you want to be part of that, be sure to follow me on my TikTok account, which is the Weatherman CC. And then if not, on Sunday, I will have it out on all the rest of the platforms for people to watch. Tomorrow's episode, originally, we were going to dive into some of the UFO mysteries, just trying to keep some of a relevant topic easing back into Q. However, instead, we're hopping into the old mobile Q, and we are going to travel down back to where I was yesterday, down by Campbell region, and we're going to take advantage of the daytime. We're going to utilize some tools, and we are going to basically just look and investigate on with that photo. It was a nice photo that was taken. Right now, I'm just, it was a confirmed tornado. That photo is just not sit right with me, and that is, the location where it was, and I can prove that that tornado was real and not AI generated, because I'm going to try to prove the opposite of what I really was thinking, because I really do think that it, has some AI components to make it look nice. We'll just say that. It's a nice fluff and puff with water. Good amount of rain coming down right there. Specifically want to look at once these storms pass. This one passes 5, we'll be able to get up on top so I'll be able to see the structure of them. Been a wild, severe weather week, past couple of weeks, to be honest. So, I want to prove that, to be honest with you, because that photo should be the toddy, and toddy, I keep saying it should be a toddy, not a hot toddy like Jay-Z and the hot toddies there. No, it is a hot toddy. In my eyes, yeah, we got a hot toddy, because that photo is like, oh man, there's so many words I could use for just how amazing that'll be if that is a real photograph of that tornado that touched down in Campbell. So I gotta be very honest with you. I want to figure it out, and the only way to really do that is with science and mathematics. And and some little bit of guesstimation here, because of the fact of how that tornado structure is so corkscrewed around the low mountains, because they're very, very tiny mountains. They're only a couple, 1,000 to like maybe 1,500 feet high. I'm gonna be doing, an investigation on each one of those mountain peaks, figure out the exact height, and then be able to figure out, because in an actual meteorological theory, right, and in the theory of it, because most of the instability and everything else and the shear, all of that, all of the kinematic motions were all concentrated in the low level, it's theoretically possible for the tornado to keep its structure throughout the entire column into the storm and not lose it and corkscrew around like that, trying to groove its way out of the mountain range. In theory, and yeah, it probably does happen, but I have never seen it, and there's not really much documentation on it, so this is a perfect case. So we're going to do a live podcast, and I'm going to have myself. I gotta have my friend who's an expert in the area, very, very much knows the area in and out. So I have no idea about that area. I went there last night, and it was a fun adventure. But I saw two black bears, man, on the side of the road. Like, I wanted to get out and pee so bad, and I couldn't for so long. So like, I'm gonna pee, and this thing is gonna be like. So I'm gonna go with experts. I'm gonna go with an expert. I'm also bringing possibly two other guests.